At the beginning of every year, millions of people feel a sudden surge of motivation. They set new resolutions with overflowing optimism, convinced that this year will be different. The plans vary. Some want to lose weight, some want to gain weight, some want to get rich, others just want to stop eating fried food. But then February arrives. Suddenly, the bed feels softer. New TV series seem more tempting. Scrolling TikTok feels more reasonable than going to the gym or opening a book. And just like that, the resolutions quietly disappear. This cycle repeats every year. Big goals, high motivation, failure. And then the same promises again next January. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Most people start strong but finish weak. In fact, a study from the University of Scranton found that only about 8% of people actually succeed in achieving their New Year's resolutions. More than 90% fail along the way. Gyms that were packed in January suddenly become empty just a few weeks later. Some people don't even last past the first week. So the question is, why? Are humans just lazy, weak-minded, lacking discipline? No. The answer is not that simple. There is a scientific explanation behind this pattern, and in this video, we'll break it down, and more importantly, show you how to fix it. The fresh start effect. There's an interesting study by Dr. Katie Milkman that explores something called the fresh start effect. This research shows that humans are more likely to change their behavior during moments that feel like a new beginning, such as birthdays, the start of a month, or most powerfully, New Year's Day. Data shows that people who set goals on January 1st are 10 times more likely to pursue them than those who start at random times. Why? Because the new year creates a mental boundary. We psychologically separate our old self, full of mistakes, from a new self we believe can do better. That's why the end of the year is actually a powerful moment for change. But let's be honest, if this effect is real, why do so many people still fail, even in January? The real problem is how we think about effort. After digging deeper, the real issue isn't motivation. It's a misconception about effort. We often believe that big results require brutal effort. So when we want to lose weight, we jump into extreme diets. When we want to learn English, we force ourselves to memorize hundreds of words every day. This works for a day or two because motivation is high at the beginning. But by day 3 or 5, the plan becomes exhausting. Our energy drops, our motivation runs out. Like a phone with a dead battery, we shut down. And when motivation is gone, even simple tasks feel heavy. Eventually, we quit and return to our old habits. In psychology, this is known as false hope syndrome. We are overly optimistic about what our future selves can handle, but real change requires time, adaptation, and patience. Now, since we're already past the beginning of the year, I'll assume you already have some kind of resolution or vision for your life. So here are 5 practical solutions to make sure your resolutions actually work. 1. Forgive yourself. There's a study by Dr. Kristen Neff on self-compassion. It shows that people who forgive themselves after failure actually have higher motivation than those who constantly criticize themselves. But most of us do the opposite. One bad day, one skipped workout, one broken diet, and we immediately attack ourselves until we quit completely. But humans are designed to make mistakes. Think of it this way. If one tire of your car goes flat, would you destroy the other 3? Of course not. So forgive yourself. If a friend failed, you wouldn't insult them, you'd encourage them. Try doing that for yourself too. 2. Think in 3-month cycles. One major mistake is setting goals that are too big. Another mistake is setting timelines that are too long. When a goal feels far away, like 1 year from now, we feel like we still have plenty of time, and that illusion creates procrastination. In today's world, the problem isn't lack of information, it's too much information. Every few seconds on social media, we see tips about getting rich, dieting, productivity, or learning new skills. And ironically, we want to try everything at once. But if you chase two rabbits, you'll catch none. In the book The 12-Week Year, Brian Mahan suggests treating 1 year as just 12 weeks. Why? Because short deadlines create urgency. When you only have 90 days, every week matters. So if you have multiple goals, business, coding, language learning, focus on one main priority every 3 months. Once a habit is stable, then you can move on to the next goal. 3. Daily execution standards. A vision without execution is just hallucination. Most resolutions are too abstract. Losing weight means nothing without clear actions. In Atomic Habits, James Clear explains that success doesn't come from ambitious goals, but from solid daily habits. So be specific. Instead of, I want to diet, say, I want to lose 10 kilograms. Then define daily rules. No eating after 9 p.m., use smaller plates, walk at least 8,000 steps per day. If these standards are executed daily, the goal becomes a side effect, not a struggle. 4. The floor and the ceiling rule. Many people live by go big or go home. Miss one habit and everything feels ruined. This mindset is dangerous. Instead, use the floor and ceiling concept. The ceiling is your ideal target, for example, running 5 kilometers. The floor is the minimum, like walking for 10 minutes. You don't have to reach the ceiling every day, but you must never break the floor. Even on lazy days, show up. Consistency beats intensity. 5. Weekly evaluation. Life is dynamic. Not everything goes according to plan. Reality hits. That's why weekly evaluation is crucial. Ask yourself, what worked? What failed? What can be improved? What problems might appear next? Evaluation allows you to adapt instead of quitting. The hard truth. Everything has a cost. Most people want success, but not the price. Six-pack abs require discipline, boring workouts, and saying no to comfort food. Financial freedom requires sacrifice, delayed gratification, and working while others relax. The same applies to productivity and personal growth. They cost time, money, energy, and that's the reality most people avoid. That's it for this video. Hope it helps. Before we end today's story, please drop your country or city in the comments below so we can feel connected across the miles. If this story moved or inspired you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Daily Inspiration. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay inspired.